Hello and welcome to the Temple at Homes with your host Indie Comics Jones. Today is July 6th, 2022. This is episode 520. And I don't know why I'm shouting, but I'm just kind of loud right now. Okay, what we're going to take a look at is the comic Duo. This is a number one. This is a completely new launch for DC. It's part of the Milestone and Beyond Dakota City. I'm not sure what that one is, but it comes in at a whopping $3.99. This has been out for a while. I know they've got issue 2, as you're looking at my feet there. It got issue 2 out as well. This is a not recommend, and I'm kind of sad about that. But this is a new launch of 2 new characters. The story just doesn't grab me, and the writer on this is Greg Pak, who I've done reviews of and generally liked. He did Ronin Island, which I thought was pretty good. I believe that was a Boom Studio 12-issue run, and I really enjoyed that. It was kind of Avatar-ish a little bit, just a lot of fun. This one is not fun. Not at all. So let's here we got the 2 main characters, and there's a reason that you see him in solid form and her, she's kind of more of a background in this, and we'll get into that as we look at this comic. All right, we start off, well, we got this ad from Naomi. I'm not sure how that's doing, if it's doing well. It's on the C&W. I've never seen it, and I probably never will unless by accident. So we got the 2 couples here, or the couple here of Dr. David Kim and Dr. Vu. So she's probably about 30, but in this thing she's drawn like she's 10 or 12. I'm not quite sure. She looks very, very young in comparison. So that was kind of bugging me right off. The art in here it's okay, not great. The one thing is the perspective looks a little off. Like her height seems to change quite a bit, and I'll show you some examples of that within. But they start off, they're in bed together. I guess they've just made wonderful, magical love, and they start talking about poems and poetry and poetry that he has written for her, and it's really, really smarmy, just absolutely smarmy. In the meantime, we go down the hallway, and they've got this vat of nanotech going on right there. And then they walk the streets of San Francisco and see all the homeless people, pretty much kind of saying, oh, we're going to take care of all this. I'm not sure why they come up with that, but most of the people here are just shown as destitute. They're not shown as drug addicts. And then they offer this one gentleman a $100 bill, and he says, oh man, you better put that cash away. They'll be all over you. I don't think that's the usual remark for a homeless person when someone offers some cash. It's usually, you got any more? At least that's been my experience. Okay, so they go to this headquarters, and they are displaying their new invention. They chop a branch off a bonsai tree, and then they use the nanotech. And this nanotech is what it does is repair organic material. And you can see as it starts to regrow the branches, at least. No leaves. So I don't know if that's a flaw or if that's the way it was supposed to go. But they're kind of saying it's not ready yet. The guy wants it right now, though. If they're talking to, we'll see him in a second. Then we get an ad for Galaxy, the prettiest star. Yeah, an alien princess disguised as a human boy faces her fears. She looks like a girl. How's that disguised as a human boy? Does that look like a boy to you? Doesn't look like a boy to me. Okay, so. And finds her power. Okay. It's a young adult novel. So look for that on your newsstand. So here is the creepy white guy that we always see in here. This one's actually a little bit older than usual. And he's looking at this. He says, well, I don't know. This thing doesn't seem to be ready. He's trying to talk down their invention here. And here's where we start seeing the differences in height. There on this table, she actually looks like she's a foot taller. Here, she seems to be the same height. Don't ask me why. Here she's actually taller than he is. Um, could be a little thing on perspective. I'm really bad at perspective myself. Here she's much taller than he is. So I'm not sure the angle on that, but maybe it's kind of looking up. And then here he's taller than her. So this guy, he's trying to say, no, I don't know if this thing's really worth anything, but I'll give you $1 billion for it anyway. And they're saying, well, it's not really ready yet. And it turns out that they have tested this on themselves, of all people. So they go back to their house. It's a very nice house in Mountain View. So this is the other place was in San Francisco. And Mountain View is a suburb of San Francisco. And they keep bringing out these headsets, and I don't know what the heck those are for, but that comes up a few times in here. They never seem to use them. And they start doing one of their love things. And you can kind of see that she doesn't look 30. She looks 10 or 12. I mean, she looks really young. So it's kind of creepy in a way. I don't know. I was getting a little cringed by the lovey-dovey of it all too, so a little bit weird. So that they start making their love again. And they see she's the same height all of a sudden. So what do you know? What do you know? There she is. She's a little bit shorter. Okay, so it's later that night after their ravenous lovey-dovey making. He walks in and he hears a noise, and he notices these weird creatures outside, and they start to attack him. Doesn't really say what these things are. We don't get any kind of description, but apparently this one lights the whole place on fire. So Kelly Vu, and David Kim, she's saying, where are you? And he's trying to warn her, and he sees that he's getting caught on fire. Well, she's got the nanotech inside her, and what she does is she actually gives it up to him to save him, while she lets herself become devoured by the flames. Then we get some ads for Milestone Initiative, Icon Rocket, and Time to Paint the World. Heroic Alley, or Ally, I guess, because it looks like they're painting an alley. I'm not sure. Okay, so Dr. David Kim, a man barely alive, wakes up in the hospital room, and he's immediately screaming for Kelly. He says, well, I've got some bad news for you. This is all that's left of Kelly. He's like, whoa. He doesn't seem too broken up about it. I mean, he's like, I don't know, but he's all dressed and ready to go home already. Apparently the nanotech has completely healed him. So he goes out to the car, he has his car keys, and he starts doing something weird. I don't know, just kind of using the nanotech. He knows something's going on within him. Like I said, the story is not really fleshed out that well. I think if it had a stronger backstory, maybe it would work. Maybe if the characters were more than just two-dimensional, they had some depth to them. We knew a little bit about them, but they're all ready to start out as doctors, just fantastic doctors, inventors. Here's the ad for Batman Fortress, 8-issue run. Gary Whitta, I don't know who he is. The art's by Derek Robertson, who's the co-creator of The Boys. He does the art for The Boys, at least the earlier issues. Okay. So here we have it. He's just kind of walking around, and he's noticed he's being followed by a couple of these mug guys again, and he's getting these voices in his head. Well, it's Kelly talking to him, is what we find out. And he lures these creepo things out into the woods somewhere so that no one else gets hurt, and starts fighting them. As you can see, he's a pretty good fighter, taking them all on. Suddenly he starts to get taken down. They've all ganged up on him, and they've got him on his knees. And just as when it looks all is lost, he bursts. I don't know, I'm not quite sure what this is. It looks like he's become, I'm not sure. He's I don't know what's going on there. it just becomes a lightning bolt, I guess, and suddenly he starts to disintegrate, but he's really become this guy now, superhero. Um, but he's got Kelly talking to him within him as well. And then we get an ad for Poison Ivy. I did see this at the store. I almost bought it. If I ended up buying 6 comics, so if I would have been a little lighter for the week, I probably would have bought this. I went through it. It looks like something that's not that good. I love this cover though. It's really awesome. Really nice looking. Cover by Jessica Fong there. But the story itself didn't look super gripping, so I passed on it. Otherwise, I would have had 7 comics. And it turns out when he's in this nanotech form, Kelly can appear as well because she is inside him, so she kind of bursts out. And you can see they're trying to struggling to figure out what this new power is. And I guess they've knocked out all the other creatures or whatever, because then he just kind of wakes up in the forest by himself. As Kelly is in his head, though. The gooky things, I don't know what these are, report back to the evil white guy in the sky, so he's got some kind of strange powers as well. So not really, I don't know, I just didn't love it. But he goes and visits all these immortals up there in the sky, and that is the way this comic ends. So that is part 1 of Duo, a brand new comic. I guess it's for the Milestone label, so it's got Asian heroes, and as you can see here, this is all the other people in this appear to be different races, except for the supervillain, who appears to be, I think he's supposed to be white. I'm guessing he looks white. So everybody else is, all these other people are from different dimensions, planets, races, or whatever you want to say. So this is unfortunately not a recommend. Let's take a quick look to see who has worked on this. We've got Greg Pak, who's he's a serviceable writer. He's written some stuff I've really enjoyed in the past. The pencils are by Hoi Pham, so I'm assuming that's the one that's in charge of the perspective on this. It was kind of seemed like it was bouncing around. The inks by Scott Hanna. Colors by Chris Sotomayor. I don't know if that's any relation to the Supreme Court Justice or not. Probably not. Letters by Janice Shang. The cover is by, we've seen him before. I don't know, is it Daiki Ruan or Daik Ruan? I'm not sure. And Miguel Muerta. Variant cover was by Erica Henderson, I'm sorry, and Nimit Malvea. And the editors Andrea Shea and Jim Chadwick. And there you have it. That is it. Let's see if there's a few more ads here. There's another little deal about Batman Fortress. It looks like a little blurbs with, I don't know what that's a blurb of. Anyway. And CW for The Flash. Plus, Batman Now, the movie, is available on DVD, if you didn't know that already. It's revolutionary, electric, and exhilarating. I tried to watch it just on TV. I could not stay with it. It just seems so slow. Over 2 hours of special features are included in this, so there you go. All right, so there you have it. Duo. It's not a recommend. Maybe it'll get better in the future, but the characters to me are two-dimensional. The backstory is there's nothing. They're already great folk at the beginning. There's no climb to success, and we've got the typical tropes of ideology put in here for this one. So kind of a big swing and a miss. Strikeout. So thanks for stopping by and watching this video review of Duo by DC Comics on the Milestone label. #1 issue. As always, please like, please subscribe if you haven't. I think I'm at 299 subscribers, so one more puts me at 300. And then comment if you wish, of course. And we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu. And sorry if I'm shouting.